Record.
Hi, everyone. I was like on the nose, getting off a call. So I'm like 11 o'clock on the dot. Put in the chat, please, which market center you're from. Today is a very exciting day because we're going to talk about creating a very powerful home search ad.
Jason, I appreciate you, bud.
Make sure you're muted,
Good deal.
people.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Castle Rock. Hi, Anne. Welcome. Where else is everybody from before we dive in today?
Oh, baby.
Somebody's unmuted. Go ahead and say hello. We just heard you had a phone call. Buffalo, Arvada. I love it. Highlands, Fort Collins, Littleton. Oh yeah, Littleton. That's like my home office. That's where it all began. I started in Littleton office. Colorado Springs, lots of people from down south. I love it. So excited that you all are here. All right, I'm gonna give it one more minute here. Continue the chat box. And may I please ask you to put on your video. It just makes it so much nicer as a presenter and instructor and a coach to see your lovely faces. Because then I know I'm not talking to people in the dark. Yes, thank you.
Do you mind if I'm eating? I might wait just a minute.
Please eat as long as it's with your mouth closed. Just kidding. And it better be something healthy. Just kidding.
Healthy.
See, we're already prejudging you. Of course, no. Put on your video. I don't care if you're eating. I see a couple market centers on here. Hello. I have the Lone Tree Market Center on here. How many agents in the Lone Tree Market Center are you guys on? I see an entire video screen. Hi. How many agents do you have on your Zoom right now? Can you unmute yourself? I just see this little hand. Oh my gosh.
Can you hear me?
I love it. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. It's just me right now. We might get sound effects over there.
Oh, Gwen, how many people do you have on your Zoom screen?
There's just me in here. I'm in the conference room.
Oh, I see. I see that you're sharing a screen though, and there's like several people on that Zoom screen. Oh, you're sharing my Zoom screen.
The camera's looking right at the screen in the office.
Oh, very confusing. Okay, cool. All right, you guys. So we're here today to talk about the brand new campaign experience. How many of you on this call have actually created a campaign since the new release has just been out? Anybody thumbs up or a yes in the chat? No, a lot of no's. Okay, don't be nervous. Promise I'm going to take care of you. I see some concerned faces. All right, let's dive in. So I'm going to grab my screen. So just bear with me because I have to close out the 20 tabs I've been on this whole day. And we're going to head into command. All right. So before we totally begin, what I like to do is just call it out. The new experience has been released this week. I'm over here on the left-hand side of the screen. By the way, my name is Leslie Jackson. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the regional tech trainer for Colorado and also a MAPS tech coach. I've been with Keller Williams since around 2013. So I've been here since Command was literally launched. So I'm super excited to announce that there's all these new changes. Campaign is one of them today. So you'll see right off the bat that there's a new, better experience for paid ads with Command. I want to just give you a quick glimpse of what this looks like. Then we're going to go in and actually build a campaign so you understand how to use this tool. All right. So typically in how we would create a new ad, we would come over here to select the create campaign button and then, paid ad. It would keep us inside Command, but with this new experience, it's actually going to boot us out into a new tab. All right. This the whole new experience of campaigns if you haven't seen it already.
Fuck.
And then make sure you mute yourself. I think I might have heard somebody have a oopsie with their language. Okay, so right off the bat, what you need to know is that in the upper right hand corner of the screen, logistically, you want to select the little profile button. Now you're going to see my account. So billing details lives here. This is where your card is going to be charged. So for anybody that was using campaigns in the past, you should absolutely come in and do this because it may or may not be pulled over. So you want to add your card details here. And then you'll be able to create a campaign, okay? Logistically too, you have to have your Facebook page connected. So you're gonna head over here on the left-hand side of the screen and select Facebook pages. And then you're gonna say continue with Facebook. What it's gonna ask you to do is log in with your personal information, ask you a couple questions, click continue. And then select the pages that you want to use to run ads on. For those of you who aren't totally familiar with how Facebook works with ads, you absolutely must have a Facebook business page associated to your personal page, okay? So now that we're completely connected, it's gonna ask you to pick which pages that you would like to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and select my page. It's now linking the page. So these are just the few steps that you want to do to ensure that once I show you how to create a campaign today, you do so that you can create a campaign. All right, so now I'm going to select back to campaigns because we're going to stick on the topic of how to create a powerful home search ad. Where I love to begin is design. So I'm going to head to designs on the left-hand side of my screen. See that little paintbrush? I'm going to select it there and click. Next, I'm going to select create design in the upper right-hand corner of my screen. And then we're going to select social. Next. So we're going to let the screen pop up. And then as some of you may or may not know, what's happening here is it's going to bring in the design library and give us all these options and topics to choose from. So what I like to show out here is we're actually going to select, I believe it's the just listed under listings. And yet I know we're creating a powerful home search ad, but this is all kind of marketing and also a little bit of catching the eye. So in this course today, not only am I going to show you how to create a powerful home search ad through Facebook and commands, but also my expertise is marketing. So I have a lot of marketing background in me. I also work for Conversion Monster. So for those of you who don't know who Conversion Monster is, they're a big KW company of ours that has created an amazing company of ISAs to help build communication for agents with leads, and they have an entire ISA program and also a marketing program to help you build ads. So that is kind of where my background comes from. And I just wanted to shout that out. I love using this just listed image. So we're going to select use. Now I'm going to pause here and just describe why I'm using Social Square instead of Social Stories or Social Wide. The reason why I'm using Social Square is because we're going to be linking this Facebook ad to my Instagram page. And so, side note, your Instagram page must be added to your Facebook page in the Facebook world outside of command, okay? And Social Square always seems to be optimized better than stories or wide because the image is going to be cleaner and neater. All right. And it's going to fit better. So I'm going to select use. I'm going to use this guy. And we're going to wait for it to pop up. Let me close out some applications. I can hear my computer working real hard here. Fan is on. Usually it's black. Goodbye, Slack. All right, here we go. So we're going to emulate what a home would look like in a particular area so that the user or the consumer rather thinks that this home is for sale. So you don't necessarily need a listing to create a home search ad. What I always do and what I continue to do is create an ad that looks like a home that would be in a particular area. This home obviously has palm trees. We don't have palm trees in Colorado, do we? No. So left-hand side of the screen, I just want to point out that there are some images that automatically show up on this side. Keller Williams has provided a ton of stock images for you to use so that you don't have to go outside of this portal or command to go buy any. So please know that a lot of these images are free. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I also want to point out this filter button. This filter button is going to be helpful for you to find free custom images, rather stock images, to really pinpoint the type of home that you want to portray. Next, all you have to do is type in house, and a ton of houses will show up that are stock images. All right, so we're going to pause here. I see somebody in the chat might have something to say. I just want to check in since I am one person. Can we find these recordings somewhere? Yes. This class is going to be recorded every Thursday. This class will also be uploaded to our Colorado Regional YouTube channel. Okay, so I will be placing that link inside the chat at the end of this training so that you have it. Perfect. So top of the screen, I'm going to actually boot out of, I'm going to keep this design page open. Okay, so don't close it out. And again, this is being recorded. What I'd like for you to do next is head to your consumer site or your agent site. And I'm going to do a home search ad in Denver, Colorado. So I'm going to go look up Denver, Colorado on my site. All right, so as you can see, we have the Denver, Colorado list up. This is our consumer site. In this teaching, I want you to be aware that number one, we're going to be using the consumer site to point people to the search. And number two, I'm going to show you how you can create a really powerful design to portray a home in Denver. So what I typically do, pro tip here, is to just kind of view the homes in Denver and what they look like if you're not really familiar. Get kind of an eye on what homes look like. A lot of them can be modern, original homes. Some can be new builds. Some can be in like the older areas of Denver, in the historic area. So what I'm going to do is come back to design. I'm going to head over to this image, knowing what I know about Denver and knowing the area pretty well. I'm going to find a design that really portrays a home in Denver. And what I like to point out in this training too is when we create a powerful home search ad, you want the best photo ever. You have to put your photographer hat on. You have to put your hat on as if you're a seller. You want to ensure that this home or this picture of this home is going to stand out. It's high definition. It has blue skies, or maybe it's twilight. Now, this is a real live training. So what I'm showing you is actually how I would do it to create an ad. Because of the sake of time, I'm going to actually go to Workspace here at the top of my screen on the left-hand side. Now, Keller Williams has automatically placed some photos here already, and I'm going to head to House Exteriors. So here we go, House Exteriors. I see a couple of homes here that actually would portray a really nice home in Denver. This one being one. And also there's a modern home in here that I've used before. This one looks like this home belongs in the Highlands area. So I'm going to select this image on the right-hand side of my screen. And I'm gonna actually use this one up here because it seems a little bit more like it would belong in the old school area, maybe Wash Park area. So first things first, I selected my image here. I don't want to lose you. Okay, this is real quick and easy. This is just how the sausage gets made, right? Right hand side of my screen, click the image. Left hand side of the screen, see those little arrows? I'm going to select those arrows, and now they're automatically going to pull that image in. Beautiful, right? I'm going to select this DBA logo to get rid of it, because inside designs, or rather inside campaigns, your DBA logo is going to be added to the campaign, the ad itself, the image itself already. So we don't want too many layers on the image because Facebook will not optimize your ad. So what I'm teaching you is just tips and tricks that I do for Conversion Monster. So I'm going to double select this image and delete it. I'm going to come down here, and instead of saying 00 street name, I'm going to actually just put the location. So I'm going to say Denver, Colorado. And I'm even going to select that each office is independently owned and operated and delete that as well, because compliance has us totally taken care of in the campaign section. All right. That's our image for our ad. That's how quick this literally took. So all I'm going to do at the top is I'm going to come in and title it Home Search Ad. So I can reuse this template over and over again. Next, I'm going to select Done. I'm going to select Save. And just because technology can be technology, and this is a new release, I'm actually going to go back and re-download that design so that if I have to upload it again, I have that option, because, you know, it could happen. And for some strange reason, I do not know where it went. Look at that. Hold on one second, guys. Like I said, this happens with technology. Let's go to Home Search Ad. I'll just type in my search here. All right, designs, let's see how you're being. Let's go to campaigns and see if, you know what? Just as a backup, I'm gonna come in and download this ad, or this copy, and click download just to cover any kind of glitches. So I'm gonna select download PNG. Perfect. So let that download, and then we're gonna head back to campaigns. Before I head into campaigns to teach you how to now build this ad, does anybody have any questions? Please place them in the chat or unmute yourself.
Leslie, does the images show us, what'd you say, squared images?
Yeah,
or whatever
Social Square. Yeah,
Yeah.
Social Square. So when you select create design and you head into the library, any of those images on the left have the Social Square option, and you'll see that in the recording.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I don't know who that was, but thanks for asking. Okay, cool. So now we're going to head back to campaign, and we're going to walk you through how to create a powerful home search ad. Now, just like I taught you at the very beginning, I'm going to select create campaign, paid ads. Let it pop us into the new experience. Here we go. All right. So new shiny object. This is how campaigns look. I want to point out a couple of things that are really, really important prior to you making this campaign. Number one, you'll see that this is the dashboard. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're also going to see these blue and light yellow kind of button-looking descriptions. I need you to pay attention to these things, because what happens if you choose the wrong one, you're not going to capture leads. This is crucial. What you want to use are the ones that are in blue. Includes Facebook lead form, includes Facebook lead form. Do you all see that? So ensure that you use these 4 if you're going to be using the Facebook lead form. The other one, use your landing page lead form. I'm not teaching today because I find that it's a totally different conversation and I want to keep it easy for you. Using your landing page form is another way to capture somebody's information, but you yourself have to supply the form to capture that information. I know a way. If we have time today, I will go through it at the end, but I want to just point you in the right direction to keep it easy. Sound good? All right, so here we go. I'm going to select non-listing single image. Notice that these say single image or video listing, listing, multi-listing. This is going to be a non-listing, okay? So it's going to pull us into the new experience. Targeting radius, I can use my mouse by increasing it. I'm going to head, let's say 25-mile radius. The zip code, this is the best part of this experience, you guys, is you can do multiple zip codes. The old experience is you had to do one zip code or one city at a time, meaning one ad set at a time per location. You could do multiple locations in this section, which is super exciting. So I'm going to actually head over to use my reference, keep this tab open. I'm going to head back to my site. I'm going to look at a few zip codes, 80206, 80249. Perfect. Heading back to here, I'm going to type in 80206, 80249. Do you see how that comes up? Head back to my ad. Let's find a few more zip codes, 80218. And let's just do one other, 80123 is usually in Littleton, 80247. All right. Now, again, this is just a way to show you that you can add multiple zip codes. You can actually also put city names in here, area names in here, and do it that way. But just to keep it simple, we'll focus on zip codes today. Cool? Now, media type. I'm going to select from media library. Now, just like the old experience, we could pull designs in from the design library. Matt, I see that you have your digital hand raised. What kind of question do you have? And thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So just to clarify here, so you're putting in multiple zip codes, which is great. And then you also have the radius up. So does that mean that you're going to pull in from 25 miles of each of those zip codes?
That's a really, really good question. And I believe that is correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
our span is going to get bigger. Yeah. And, obviously, the bigger the net, the more fish that we catch. So here we are in media type. I'm going to select from library. And right off the bat, I don't see my image. So that could be just something that we're still working on in this experience. So I'm going to go ahead and upload from my device, just like I suspected that that image may or may not have been pulled in. So I'm going to go back and search for that image from my computer. Give me 1 second.
So you're talking about just saving it offline on your computer someplace.
Does somebody want to say something?
That's why you saved it on your laptop somewhere so you can grab it.
Yeah, I did, because knowing how our technology works when something's first released, I just had a sneaky suspicion that it wasn't going to pull the image in. So it is supposed to be connected to the design library. I was in the beta, and the beta was actually pulling in designs from the design library, but because this just went live to the general public just yesterday, I can only assume that there may be some glitches. So yeah, so when in doubt, download the design as a PNG so that you have a high quality image saved to your computer or desktop. All right, so there it is. For sale, Highlands, Denver. Now, I could have been more purposeful up here in the postal code or area and placed Highlands. So just kind of calling that out. What I can do is look for it. So let's just do Highlands. And as you know, as a local, we say Highlands. However, it is actually called Highland. So I'm going to select Highland. And then down here, we're going to type in our body.
Hey, Leslie.
Hi, yes. Hi,
Hey,
BJ.
Hey, I
Hi.
had a question.
Is that
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Hey,
nice to meet you.
Is this just for pages? It's not for a personal page.
Yeah, so good question. So at the very beginning, I just wanted to shout out that in order to create a Facebook ad, you must have a Facebook business page. Was that
Okay,
your
good. So
question?
I missed the first 5 minutes. Huh?
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's okay. No worries. Yep. Yep.
All right.
And so this is also being recorded, just so you know. So when I do post this on our regional YouTube channel, you'll be able to hear all that at the very beginning. No problem.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is kind of where the magic happens. It's the text and the headline, and then really the call to action. What I like to teach you today is keeping it super simple. If you're taking notes, you absolutely should do this. What I love to do is say, just listed in Denver. We'll say Highland. It's a good question mark, right? Locals say Highland, some people say Highland. I know, being born and raised here in Colorado, we always call it Highlands. I'm gonna head over and just show you that you can use emojis here within the text box by clicking on the smiley face and search your emoji. My favorite emoji to draw out an ad is the fire emoji. if you've experienced some of my classes before, I use this emoji all the time, and yet it works, people. I'm giving you all the recipes that work for capturing leads. Now, we have to get into the seat of a consumer. What does the consumer want? Why would they move to Denver? What are they thinking about? So I'm just going to say, are you thinking about your next move to Highlands, Denver? These homes have it all. Featuring these homes, we'll say, these homes feature. Typing and talking can be sometimes challenging, kind of like rubbing your belly and patting your head, however you do it. Okay, so these homes feature modern touches. Let's say spacious lot and conveniently located near 5280 restaurants. Do I sound like a local or what? Click, learn more. Okay, so see how it's been populating over here on the right-hand side? The really nice thing is that I could say see more and it's going to show me the entire copy. Feel free to use that copy, by the way. Screenshot it, whatever you want to do, so that you can have this and just make it your own, or maybe you're following along with me. That's cool too. Now the headline. I get a lot of this from agents who are like, my ad didn't work, it didn't capture leads, where did I go wrong? Typically, where most people go wrong is that they're not cohesive in their messaging, their image, and their call to action. So what I'd like to teach you is make sure that you're really being cohesive with what you're saying, what the image is saying, and what the call to action is, okay? And most importantly, ensure that you're using the same URL that you're sending them to in the description. Because 9 times out of 10, you might get somebody who is like, why did you send me to Highlands Ranch? I thought this was Highlands, Denver, right? Okay, so here we go. Headline. Headline is home for sale, Highlands, Denver. And the cool thing is we can add emojis here. I'm going to place them in the beginning of the text and the back of the text to really make it pop. So what we're doing is literally stopping the scroll. There is some rhyme to my reason here because as we know, we're all human. You might even be scrolling to Facebook right now as I'm talking. You're just scrolling, right? And so what happens is, why do our thumbs stop? Our thumbs typically stop on the image because it pops out, the text and copy pop out. And what we're doing is trying to break patterns here so that people click. Sound good? All right, so check that out. See how much that pops over here on the right-hand side of the screen? Now, enter the URL. So I'm right here where it says post lead submission destination. What this means is when somebody sees this ad, they click learn more, a Facebook form pops up, it automatically populates their information in. Once they hit next, then they land to the landing page, which will be here. And because I'm teaching you all my tips and tricks, what I like to share with you is that we could become very purposeful in this search and where we land them. So let's go check out the Highland, Denver area. There it is. Now it's going to readjust the map. It's going to pull in Highland. As you can see, this blue boundary line is showing the Highland neighborhood, which is pretty amazing. And yet our targeted areas are also going to see this section, which is really cool. So next up is the URL at the very top of my screen where it lies in my Chrome browser. So I'm going to come up here and copy this URL. I'm going to head back to campaigns and place it here. Boom. That's where they're going to be landing. Now, lead settings. This is where automation is going to save you. I'm going to show you that you can actually create your own tag within this section. Hopefully this works. I always like to say Facebook lead and the location of the ad, so that when I know I capture a Facebook lead, what location they were interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Highland, Denver. I don't know why I'm in all caps. We're just going to keep it. Down below, I'm going to say create as new tag. And there it is. It captured my tag. Smart plans. We're going to work a little bit backwards today. I'm going to show you that I typically use, for those of you who may or may not know me, our good old friend, Tyler Shield Relevate Smart Plan. My Relevate new lead follow-up Smart Plan you could find in the Smart Plans library. Quick tip about that, make sure you go edit that Smart Plan first. You add your name, your information, you make sure it's coming from you because Tyler does have his information in there. Then you're going to add the Smart Plan into this campaign once you're done editing it. So automatically, when our leads are being captured, they're automatically going to get a Facebook lead Highland Denver tag. So I know that these leads are coming from this campaign. And also my Relevate new lead follow-up is going to be automatically texting them, saying hello, sending them information while I'm out there showing homes. Like, this is automation to its finest. All right, I just get so excited about this. Compliance at the very bottom, you're going to see DBA logo override, custom, and include or not include my ownership statement. I'm no compliance officer, people, but I would highly suggest to include. I believe that the don't include here is here just in case you had already added it to your design. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to use default because that's going to automatically pull my KW downtown logo in. And yes, that is where I hang my license. I'm going to proceed to last step. This beautiful last step is amazing. It brings me into the duration and the budget. And of course, my billing, and that's how we create an ad. What I'd like to do is talk you through my simple strategy of making sure that it's optimized in its best way. I always like to do, there's no right or wrong, but what I typically do is 7 days for $50. All right, so 10, 11, 12. It's going to be posted tomorrow. So side note, when you publish this ad, it takes about 24 hours to go live, sometimes less than depending on, but typically about 24 hours. So I'm going to count tomorrow as day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My daily spend is $6.25, which is really, really good. Really, really good. You want to be over at least $4 a day. Okay. Just knowing how it all works, that's my advice for you. Then you're going to pull in your credit card number, or you can add it here and then just say purchase now. There is your Facebook ad. Get excited. That was 36 minutes. That's pretty good. I'm going to show you more in this next 20. Before I do, what kind of questions do you have so we can go through all of the things? Thanks, Ashley. Pretty simple, right? I like to keep things simple for you guys. I know you already have so much going on. What I'd like to call out for those of you who are familiar with creating campaigns in the what we call legacy campaign section is we don't have targeting. Mic drop. We do not have targeting. So we don't have targeting anymore. What we used to be able to do is pulling luxury targeting, first time home buyer targeting, pre-qualified targeting. We actually got rid of that. So don't get sad, because the reason why is we want to optimize your Facebook ad the way it should for you to capture a warmer real estate lead. And we also want to take that challenge out for you, because we know that you're a realtor and you may not have marketing experience, right? And so that's why we took out Facebook targeting. So for those of you who are wondering, we just want to make your lives easier. And as you know, or may or not know, we have that exclusive partnership with Facebook, so they know exactly who you're looking for. And that's the privilege of being a KW agent here, because that exclusive partnership with Facebook. Cool. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and what would you like to do? I'm actually going to just ask you guys as a group. Would you like to talk about Relevate's new Relevate Smart Plan? Or would you like more of a tutorial of the new campaign section so that you understand how to utilize it? We might be able to do both. Smart Plan, Ashley says. Okay, so please put your vote in the chat, because this class is for you. It's not just about me. It's all about you guys. What would you like? Smart Plan, Relevate conversation, or the way to create more ads in this new experience? Relevate, Smart Plan, both if possible. Smart Plan, Smart Plan. Create more ads. All right. So I'm going to focus on Smart Plans first. When we have time, then we'll be able to go back and talk about this new experience as well. Corey, what was the trick for getting the home image to fill the square perfectly? Oh yeah, you got to select the image first, then head over to the stock image on the left and use those two little arrows that appear on the image. And the recording will walk you through it. All right, so let's head back. I'm going to leave. Last little tip and trick. So once your campaign goes live, the really cool thing is you can go back and edit now. You can go back and edit the copy of the ad. Just in case if you had a typo, you can go back and edit anything of the ad prior to it going live. So don't sweat it. Go back and edit. Oh my gosh, that just rhymed. I'm entertaining myself. Hopefully I'm entertaining you guys too. Okay. So let's talk about the Relevate plan. Left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to head to Smart Plans. I saw some smiles. And then I'm going to head to Library at the top. Relevate Smart Plan lives in the library already. All you have to do is go look up Tyler's name. What I like for you to do is click on that Smart Plan drop down and say author name and type in Tyler Field. He's such a good guy. Great partner of mine. All right. Relevate's new lead new lead follow-up is the one you all should use. And here's the reason why. As you can see, there's been 3,400 downloads of the Smart Plan. If you don't know Tyler, he's a mega agent, sits in Gary's top MREA agents, millionaire real estate agents, runs a mega team, expansion team, but his claim to fame is converting Facebook leads and online leads because he used to work for Zillow. Sorry, Tyler, if you're watching this video, but you and I know, we always talk about it. At any rate, he has graciously placed his recipe on how to convert online leads in the Smart Plan. So all you're gonna do is click Add Smart Plan and download. Now, I've already downloaded the Smart Plan. I just wanted to show you. So what you're gonna do next is head back after you download it to My Smart Plans. Once the screen arrives, you're gonna type in Relevate to go find it. Typically, it will be at the top, just so that you know when you add a new Smart Plan, it always goes to the top of your list. Next, we're gonna head to the Relevate Smart Plan. And we're gonna just talk through where you need to edit and change. So a lot of his emails will have his information down here, Tyler Shields. It will show his contact information. So you're gonna wanna change that. You also wanna ensure that it's high contact first name, and this is agent first name. These merge fields live over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Merge fields will automatically pull the contact information in and your information in so that you don't have to. There will be another text that sends out, hey there, this is agent first name with Relevate. I'm not with Relevate. I'll just type in KW downtown. So as you can see, I'm editing this information so that you can ensure, there it is again, Tyler Shields, Leslie Jackson. You could also use merge fields to make this easier. I'm just doing it to show you how to do it. There you go. Of course, you can add your phone number. So I love it because it's a combination of text messaging, emailing, and making phone calls. This is agent with Relevate. You want to change that. And down very at the bottom, KW downtown. Cool. And there it is. I'm going to click save. So this Smart Plan has 8 touches, 14 steps, and 8 days. So it's a high amount of touches within an 8-day period. Make sense? And that's his claim to fame. Another thing that Tyler said too about converting leads is he doesn't stop calling them. Typically between the 7th and 12th time of phone calls, Tyler, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you listen to this, you can comment on it. And he'll get the contacts info, he'll get somebody on the phone. Really what happens is over time, when somebody sees you calling from the same phone number over and over again at different times of day, somebody will eventually pick up because they're thinking, oh my gosh, this is a local phone number. Who wants to talk to me? Tyler and I also teach a class called Sell a Million, and that's offered every other month or so. We'll probably offer one in September. All right, so there is your Relevate Smart Plan. You're going to select Save. And when you add that tag inside Command in your campaign, you're going to pull that tag and the Smart Plan up. The lead comes in, the lead gets tagged, and the Smart Plan gets automatically added. Cool. All right, that's it. That's your Smart Plan. Now, after the 8 days, what I highly suggest is to put them on an 8x8 Smart Plan, or put them on a neighborhood nurture Smart Plan. The Neighborhood Nurture Smart Plan could be biweekly. It will send them local comps and information about the area that they were interested in the ad. So what I would do is I would mirror that location from Highlands, place somebody on a Neighborhood Nurture in Highlands from that campaign so that they're continuously staying touched on. Make sense? Cool. The last thing that I wanted to show you is the rest of the campaign section. I believe we'll have plenty of time to go over that here. So here we go. What I like to point out too is for anybody that was running ads in the past, all of your past ads are going to be living in paid ads down below in the legacy section. So see, I have some ads at the very bottom of my screen. So that if you do have an ad, let's say you posted one last Sunday, but this new campaign experience is out now, it's still living down here below in this section, just to point that out. Another thing that I want to point out too is there are multiple ways of getting to the paid campaign section to actually create a campaign. Not to confuse anyone, but there are. So you can either do quick start, you can select a listing ad, attract buyer seller ad, recruiting ad if you're in leadership, and or branding ads. That's all going to take you to the same area. So let's just pretend I'm going to select quick start. That's going to take us out of command, put us into this new look. And here we are again. Dashboard is your bread and butter, okay, of where you're actually going to create a campaign. Contacts is where all your leads are going to be living. So all of the leads that come in from your ads will be living here. Media library is where all your images will be pulled in from designs and also images that you've uploaded yourself. So any images in the past will also live here, which I actually really appreciate, so that I don't have to always come in and upload the same design over and over again. Corporate images, we didn't talk about, but it's kind of cool if you select corporate images should show. They're not showing, let's see. Nope. All right, maybe not. Corporate images are going to be stock images that you can automatically pull in, and yet this may not be working perfectly today. Facebook pages, we discussed. If you're on a team, you could select multiple, or if you're a solo agent or a spousal team, you can select multiple pages and push the same ad out. Attract buyer sellers, you'll see branding, dynamic, listings. All of these have programs underneath. If I were to select programs, it's literally just saying, I don't have any ads running in the attract buyer seller section. I also don't have any ads running in the branding section. I also don't have ads running here or here. But if I did want to create a listing ad, all I would do is select create program. Honestly, you guys, this is just another way to create an ad. Still gives you the same option. This is just another way to access it. Make sense? So this pop-up modal is a little bit different. However, it's still going to give us the same sort of option. So multi-image listing, a single image listing, and other channels. I also want to call out that Google Ads are now live. So for those of you who've been trying to create Google Ads in the past, this section is now live, which is pretty amazing. And if you are going to be running Google Ads, just be aware that the minimum is a little bit higher amount because it is subscription based. It's not just a one ad per month. It's a subscription based one ad per month continuously. You'll have to go back and cancel that Google ad if you want your ads to stop running or getting charged, okay? But from what I know, the optimization is still amazing since we are partners with Google. We do have their maps included in their site and things of that nature. So at any rate, that's super exciting as well. So if you go to dashboard over here, you'll see the different social channels that you can use. So you can actually run a listing with a single image and have Facebook, Instagram, and Google running for it. The really cool thing is you have 3 channels. The one thing that I want to shout out is that you have to use your own landing page lead form, like we had discussed earlier. So this is actually a great segue to head back to the consumer site. I'm going to head back to consumer applet. And then we're going to head back to, we're going to actually head to site and app settings. So site and app settings are where you're going to actually force register somebody to fill in their information from this ad set. So I'm going to select no property viewing. Do you guys see that? So a visitor can search on my site, but they won't be able to view any properties without registering. So I could use my URL, Leslie Jackson, this one. And if I click on this image, it should pop up a registration. There it is. Okay. So be aware of that. So you're actually just going to use this URL here to place it in your ad set so that when you go back into the campaign section, you'll use that URL to force register them instead of the Facebook lead gen form that's automatically in that campaign. I know it's a lot of information. This is why this is being recorded, okay? And I also like to save this information for last because what I taught you today is a simple way to just get it done. And then yet here are some other things that you should be aware of if you want to do some other options. Cool? So I'm going to stop there. I think that was plenty of information today. I'm going to stop my share. Any kind of questions that you have for me? Any ahas? Unmute yourself.
The 2 properties or no properties viewing. What do you like? I see that you put no property viewing. I have it at 2. Kind of give them a fair chance to look at a couple, but then you got to sign up.
Yeah. I think it's a great question, BJ. I think it depends on like if you're doing a home search ad or a listing. So like if you were doing a listing ad, I would do no property viewing. If you're really leaning in on that registration yourself without the Facebook form. If it's a home search ad, I could do 2 or no. But again, typically home search ads, they're going to be a little bit different than listing ads. So I suggest using the Facebook lead gen form because typically what will happen is when they click, that form auto populates where the register form on your site, they have to type in.
Okay.
So it's a matter of convenience, honestly, and how quickly we want that information. That's a whole different topic about quality lead versus type of information that's being pulled in too. So if you've never done Facebook ads before, I would always suggest to use the Facebook lead gen form.
Okay.
Okay. Good, I'm getting some great, very helpful. I'll definitely need to go back and look at the recording. I see a thank you, a couple thank yous. Yeah, thanks guys. I'll be here every Thursday. Next Thursday is going to be a different topic. You should have that topic within the calendar. I don't have it off the top of my head. And feel free to reach out to me. Oh, you probably want the YouTube page, right? Does everybody have access to that? Let's see here. I am going to be placing this link in the chat. And this is where the recording will live after it converts. So meeting group chat, there you go. That's the YouTube channel. So go ahead and click on that link. I will be uploading this recording from today so that you can go back, do the ad. I'll walk you through step by step. Hi, Chris Blunt. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day and go capture leads. Have fun. Thank you.